Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back with part 3 of my video series, Movies Not Released on DVD or Blu-ray. Most of you have already watched the first two parts of this video series, so I won't go into great detail about it. If you haven't seen part 1 or part 2, please feel free to check them out. I have 3 more movies here that have not yet received an official US DVD or Blu-ray release. In this video, I will once again be including 2 horror titles and 1 non-horror title, and I'll be starting with the first horror title now. Rest in Pieces is a 1987 horror film that has never received a US DVD or Blu-ray release. And the fact of the matter is, it probably never will. Because as far as 80s horror goes, it's not one of the better films. But, with that being said, it's definitely not one of the worst, and is still very watchable. The story focuses around a newlywed couple who inherit a mansion from the woman's recently deceased aunt. While it seems at first that it could be their dream home, they find out that that is definitely not the case. As they explore the mansion, some strange things begin to happen. Murders are taking place, and all of it seems to revolve around the very strange neighbors. Rest in Pieces does offer a few twists and turns, some good gore effects, and of course, gratuitous nudity. So it is worthy enough of a watch. But is it worthy enough of a DVD and Blu-ray release? Well, apparently not. Next up is a non-horror title that I'm surprised has not yet received a US DVD or Blu-ray release, and that is Disney's My Date with the President's Daughter. This movie stars Will Friedle, who you probably know as Eric Matthews from Boy Meets World, and it also stars Dabney Coleman, who plays the president in this movie. Now, I say I'm surprised that it hasn't received a DVD or Blu-ray release because it is a Disney film, and we all know Disney's kind of cash grabbers, and, they release their movies in multiple formats, multiple DVD editions, multiple Blu-ray editions. It seems like every time you look around, there's a new edition coming out. And they have released other Disney Channel original movies, like this one here, but just not this one for some reason. And I've always loved this film. This is a really good movie. It came on quite often on Disney Channel when I was growing up, and I always enjoyed watching it. In the movie, Will Friedle's character meets this girl at the mall and decides to ask her out. Of course, he doesn't realize that she's actually the president's daughter. So when she gives him her address, and he goes to the White House to pick her up, he realizes that the joke is probably on him, and she wasn't all that interested. However, turns out that she was in fact interested, and she was interested in a wilder night than he could ever imagine. Because the first thing she wants to do is ditch the Secret Service. She just wants to live the life of a normal teenage girl, go on a fun date, have a great night out on the city, and he really wasn't expecting that because, he was kind of told by her dad, the president, that he needs to make sure that they follow a certain set of rules in order to keep her safe. So while most of the movie is spent with Will Friedle chasing the president's daughter around, it's actually a nice little, teen love story, and there's some funny moments in there as well. I have 2 VHS copies of the movie here, as you can see. One in the clamshell packaging and one in the typical slipcase. But yeah, still no DVD, no Blu-ray for this movie, so the VHS has to do. The last movie I'll be showing in this video is 1990's Blood Salvage. Now, while many people consider this to be a slasher film, I never really considered it to be one. The movie focuses around this guy Jake, who's a mechanic, but he also gets by selling organs on the black market. Broken down cars provide Jake with his victims, but then something unexpected happens. While Jake is used to stealing the hearts from his victims, he never thought that one of the victims would steal his heart. Yep, it sounds cheesy, and it is cheesy, but that's what you gotta love about this type of horror film. This movie also has a strange cameo by Evander Holyfield, and that just adds to the fun of it all. So do I think Blood Salvage deserves a DVD or Blu-ray release? I'd say so. I think there's definitely been worse films that received them, so I don't see why this movie shouldn't. So that's it for part 3 of my video series, Movies Not on DVD or Blu-ray. I'll be back soon with part 4. As always, please leave me comments below. Let me know what you guys think of these films, if you've seen them, if you want to see them. I'm always interested in hearing your thoughts. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it.